Hey guys, welcome back to the Hear Me Roar pod. I am Tobi and my co-host is none other than the Kate Save, but you might know her from Shark Tank. She's also founder of BeFit Foods and picked up Telstra's Business of the Year award too. Kate?
Well, Tobi, you've got a super impressive CV, 25 years in global commercialisation experience, and you founded Creative Cubes, Australia's leading co-working space and real estate business.
All right, let's get on with the pod. Kate, another great pod. We heard last week from Brian from Lightcard.
Yes.
This week, we have Ronn coming on. I've got a bit of a history with Ronn, but we kind of grew up very close to each other in Sydney, very much part of the same community, but actually never knew each other until maybe a couple months ago. And lo and behold, maybe a week and a half ago, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix played the Adelaide 36ers.
Yes.
I happened to be in Adelaide because we're about to open, or by now we've opened up Adelaide. And I was invited by Grant Kelly, who's the owner of the Adelaide 36ers, as guest. And he's like, you'll come, Ronn's going to be there. And Ronn and I only met maybe, 30 to 60 days before that. So I'm cruising around Adelaide. Ronn comes over, checks out Cubes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey man, I just got to drop my suitcase to the hotel. I hadn't been there already. Do you mind if we walk? So myself and Simon Hall, who runs our Adelaide operations, we're cruising through Rundle Mall, or just near Rundle Mall, to the hotel. And I go to drop my bag off, and Ronn's like, hey, this restaurant is actually quite a famous restaurant. I wonder if we can get a seat. And I think it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The place wasn't actually open. It was 10 to 5. And I look up, and it's like one of the best steak restaurants in South Australia. Has this amazing reputation, like lining up. You're sort of dreaming if you can get a on-the-day booking. I didn't tell Ronn and Simon that I was pescatarian, but I'm not a party pooper. So I took one for the team, and I got to tell you, it was one of the best.
You ate a steak?
I ate a steak.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you know how good that is for your iron?
Yes.
So good.
I have a hard time processing protein
Yes.
and meat,
Yes.
kidney stones. So like I'm pescatarian to just avoid that being a problem.
Yeah. Digestive issues.
Digestive issues more so than anything else. My Simi is like, if I can cuddle it, I'm not going to eat it.
Right. Okay.
And so she says she can't cuddle a fish. So pescatarian, and also it makes it a lot easier on her when she's not preparing pescatarian for her meat and steak and something else for the kid. It's just like, let's just keep it simple, one meal.
I think with the big protein phase that everyone's talking about at the moment as well, like the steak is your best protein. People are raving on about supplements, but good steak, like 200 to 300 gram steak, you're getting 50 to 70 grams of protein. Like it was amazing. It is so good.
It was amazing. I had a medium rare. It was amazing. We had fries on the side, some counterbalancing, and it was amazing. But lo and behold, Ronn took me to my first steak restaurant in, I reckon, 6-7 years. And I ate it, and we went to the game. The Phoenix got smashed, which actually wasn't a great result for us, and I was disappointed. But I don't know how I would have felt if we would have won, because I was guests of Grant Kelly, who was sitting on my right, and Mike, the head coach, his wife was sitting on my left. So I was kind of wedged between two fanatical 36ers fans. And I was in Adelaide, and I'm glad they won, because I think it was an easier way for me to just fade to the background versus us smashing them and me going yes and them having their hands in there.
Yeah, awkward.
From a hospitality and a friendship perspective, not good. Anyway, after the break, thanks to our guys at Rise, we're going to have Ronn, and Ronn's going to tell us a story about his business.
Guys, I want to introduce you to Rise, a business cohort like no other.
So what is the Rise Network? Rise Network is a curated inner circle of 10 to 12 like-minded peers designed to provide a confidential, high-trust environment where business owners and leaders can gain strategic insights, actionable solutions, and lasting relationships. Rise isn't just networking, it's a game-changing business support system. It has strategic problem solving built in, expert facilitation,
actionable insights, long-term impact, and authentic relationships, and it's based exclusively around high-trust cohorts. For your membership, you gain full access to Creative Cubes. That means you can drop in when you're on the run to use the meeting rooms, breakout spaces, or even just dock in for the day. We wanted to serve the underserved, the people that do need the help, do need the support, don't necessarily have the funds to be able to do it, and don't necessarily fit into one of these other organizations. And so that's where Rise kind of came from. So there you have it, guys. Go to werise.au, and I hope to see you at one of our cohorts soon.
Ron, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Toby.
You have a brother. Do you have a sister as well?
Yeah, younger brother and then an even younger sister.
I swear I remember.
And we were all together.
Yeah, but you didn't go to my school.
No, but we all grew up. The three of us, we were all in that community all together growing up.
Yeah, totally. But I distinctly remember your brother, Arik.
Yes.
What's your sister's name?
Matty.
I swear to you, they were in my homeroom at school. Like I've been plaguing myself. So can you please ask Arik, although I'm connected with him on LinkedIn, if he was in A3?
I will.
I'm pretty confident he was, because it is a small world. Ron, we've only just kind of got to know each other, but we text each other now every other day.
And night.
Late at night,
Very
with
late.
crazy AFR articles and all types of things.
Well, you must be an entrepreneur because...
I think once it's in your blood, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to switch off now a little bit.
Yes.
So you've just had a very, very, very successful exit, and it couldn't have happened to a better person. You know, we've had Gabby here. We just had Brian, who is at the start. But Ron, again, we've known each other for decades, but only really just got to know each other. But do you want to just give the elevator pitch on what your business was and sort of where you're sitting today?
Sure. So thanks for that. My background was commerce and law. I did the old traditional route of, you study a profession to be in a profession. And then when you tell your parents, I don't want to be in a profession, they really struggle with the whole concept of that. So I went into investment banking back in the mid-late 90s, which was a really interesting time. So .com1 boom. I was the media telco guy for Australia and New Zealand at UBS. Deputy, sorry, not the guy, the number 2 guy. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful time, and everyone was trying different business models, a bit like the age of AI today. This is very much .com 3.0 or Web 3.0. Web 2.0 was online sales and the stuff we do like Amazon and so on, and Web 1.0 was like pets.com and valuing things with eyeballs. So a really interesting period, .com crash, went and worked at AXA in investor relations, wanted to stay in the market. And then while I was there, I wouldn't call it an epiphany, because a lot of businesses come out of epiphanies and a lot just come out of just you happen to be there at the time. And that was kind of the case. And so I had a few fund managers I knew in Asia who told me, go and set up a shop in Asia to do investor relations. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, go to Hong Kong. We'll introduce you. We've been telling people for years, look at what AXA Asia Pacific's doing in Australia. You can help them. So, all right, I'll look into it. And then realized I'd be on a plane every day. I wouldn't see my wife and then 2 kids. When I was at UBS, I wasn't seeing my wife and then 1 kid at the time. So I'm like, maybe there's something in it. I look into Australia, no one's doing it here.
Oh, wow.
There's a few brokers, a few individuals, but no one's actually gone, I'm going to set up a business to do this. So I started with one client. There was an ad in the Fin Review for NIB for their investor relations manager. They were about to list. I messaged the CEO, secret squirrel stuff, do not tell anybody. I'll fly to Newcastle to sit with you and talk to you, but I'm setting up a business. I want you to be my first client. He said, okay, fine, come up, Ron. So I flew up, spent the day in Newcastle, sat down, had a coffee and some food with him over lunch. We talked it through, went back to Melbourne, and about 6-7 weeks later, they listed and they appointed me, or my business at the time, to be their investor relations person. There was a 12-month contract, and when you start with yourself and everything is bootstrapped. I'm like, I can't do any BD. I've just got to focus on the client. 9 months in, they say, hey, Ron, we just want to give you a heads up. We're not going to renew for another 12 months. We want to use you a bit less because we want to in-house what we're doing. And so what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Pardon the French. Oh, shit. What am I going to do? My client's not going to be there at the same level. So I get on the plane and I go west and I set up meetings in Perth. And I had 9 meetings over 2 days set up. 7 of them cancelled in the 3 days prior. There were 2 meetings left, and they were the first 2 that had said yes to me when I reached out. So I'm looking at my wife, and maybe we can touch on this a bit later, the support you need to build up these businesses.
Totally.
I'm looking at my wife, Maxine, what do I do? They're the first 2 that said yes. I don't want to cancel. I got 1 meeting on each day. She said, go over and see what you can do. So I went over. Within 2 weeks, both of them were signed up. The first one was called Imdex, which was a big mining services company still listed. The second one, which was a small telco at the time, called iiNet. iiNet grew to be the 3rd largest telco in Australia.
Hold on to that.
I was with them for the 7-year ride until they got taken out by TPG. Michael Malone, who's the founder of iiNet, is now a good friend. He was the CEO at the time. David Buckingham, who was the CFO at the time, is a good friend. These relationships have been built through business, but they then I brought on 2 more. They were all outside of Melbourne. So my business had no clients in Melbourne for the first couple of years. I was on a plane constantly. So much for being at home with your wife and 2 kids, right? And then, the business grew. And a bit like Cubes, where you started with a core offer, which was the office spaces that you've got and the workspaces, and then built around it as I saw different needs and clients wanting other services or paying us to add value to what they were paying someone else for. I thought, well, we can get into this. So the business grew from investor relations advice to media relations, AGM campaigns, proxy solicitation, shareholder data and analytics, and everything revolved around the shareholder because that was the key stakeholder for the clients. Grew that into the largest investor relations firm in Australia. We had about 30 people at the time, 28 people. Second largest data analytics firm. We broke a near monopoly and gained market share pretty quick. And then sold it in August 2022 to Automic Group, which was a fast-growing share registry business. It was backed by 5V Capital, who are an amazing private equity fund. You look at their track record, it's phenomenal. They're all about investing for growth rather than financially engineering a private equity investment. So really, really smart operators. Retired from the board of Automic about 18 months ago. Automic Group was sold about 2 months ago. So kind of like 2 exit strategy. First exit, selling my business taking some off the table, and the second exit, which is unfolding now, which is everything gets off the table. So that's kind of the story. And now I'm on the board of a non-exec director of Kogan.com.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever had Ruslan onto you should invite him onto the podcast.
I absolutely will. I'm closer with David, but yes.
So invite David and Ruslan, or just David or Ruslan.
Either one.
You should have both.
I think so.
They have an amazing story to tell. Phenomenal.
Yes.
And I chair an architectural engineering firm, a private firm called Argyle Design, which is really cool, some of the stuff that they're working on. And family time and
you
investments.
You've got some not-for-profits as well. And
so I'm very involved in the community. One of the beautiful things of working hard in business and achieving exits and outcomes is that you can actually give back to the community. So both in terms of involvement of time, but also resources and money, which is really important to just help those that maybe aren't as lucky or haven't had the same breaks that you've had, and give them a bit of an opportunity.
What non-for-profits? What's your passion in the space?
It's very much revolves around children, education.
Great.
Because a lot of children don't get the same opportunities that others do.
Yes.
And they're our future.
Yes.
Right? Everyone talks loosely about next gen. Well, they are the next gen, and if we don't cultivate it properly and give them the right opportunities, who knows what's going to happen.
Yes. Fantastic. Yeah. Wow. And you're saying there's a personal story in there too. That's a mostly business story. Is there another story in there?
Oh, no, that's probably more around, the personal side's more around why I'm involved in community now. For those that look on my LinkedIn, you'll see I'm a big advocate. I fight against anti-Semitism, racial hate, the lies that are spread amongst media and so on and other commentators. And that came out of a personal experience I had. So in between, I'm Jewish.
Yes.
And when I finished primary school, which was a Jewish school, I went to the local government school, and I was there for 2.5 years. And the back part of the 2.5 years, the last 2 years of that 2.5, I was subject to just relentless anti-Semitic verbal and physical abuse. And the school didn't do anything. And back then you were told, well, you must be taking it the wrong way because you're Jewish. They don't really mean it that way.
Wow.
And the school pretty much gave a green card to people to just keep what they're doing. Just don't use the word Jew while you're doing it.
Wow.
And so I went back into a Jewish school for the back half of high school. And ever since then, I'm fighting against racial hate, which is just terrible.
Yeah. We've had a hard time the last 2 years, really. Well, long before that, but the last 2 years with what happened October 7. It's been quite traumatic.
I've also been a big believer in, everyone should be equal. People should be treated the same. And it's not just from that perspective, but also in business. I've spoken previously at a conference about ethics.
Yes.
And the importance of ethics in business life. And it's not all about the dollar. And if you're constantly chasing the dollar, you have an unhealthy business. And whilst in the short term, your profits might be up, in the long term, you're going to suffer.
So true.
I've had situations where staff members were, and it was terrible, they were being hit on by managing directors of clients or potential clients. And so it's fair to say that those clients then got terminated.
Yes.
Or we didn't go into the pitch for the potential client, because I just didn't want them as clients of ours.
Yeah.
Right? There's so many stories. We'll probably need 10 podcasts to cover them all. Just on
you can come back every episode. I love
things that I've experienced when I was advising boards and chairs and CEOs and the good and the bad. I've always believed you've got to do the right thing. You've got to behave the right way.
Yeah.
You've got to treat people fairly.
Yeah.
And karma's kind of a funny thing, and you might not see the results straight away because it can affect your business with revenues dropping, profits getting impacted. But longer term, things work out.
And Gabby had a similar story with losing the right people, that the business is only the people that are in the business. And as soon as you lose the right people.
It wasn't Gabby, it was after Gabby sold.
Yes.
West Farmers sort of didn't continue to nurture the Gabby and Hezi way.
Yeah.
And as a result, Catch went bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it doesn't matter what my view is. It doesn't matter whether you're a high-tech business or a low-tech business, whatever. The reality is the heart and soul of a business is the people.
That's right.
And the best leaders, whether they're entrepreneurs or not, just corporate managers, the best leaders are the ones that acknowledge and really cultivate the team, right? I won't say who, but there was an article recently. I haven't actually sent it to you yet, Toby, but you'll have a someone read about it. But, someone who's
I was struggling to digest yesterday's article.
Yeah, so someone who successfully sold their business, and this whole feature article on them, the key message was, look how great I am.
Oh, good.
There was not one mention in the whole article about the amazing team and the people that were in the business, because they're the ones that ultimately grew it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? There was no mention of the investors that helped support it. In fact, he did the opposite.
Yeah, wow.
And he actually I better watch my French, but he canned the investor, the fund that was in there, in a national newspaper.
Yeah, that's
right.
Good.
And it's like, I don't get it. Like, enjoy your success, great. No one's taking it away from you, right? But acknowledge who was there.
Yes.
Acknowledge the team. It's not. Look, we touched on back with when I was saying about Maxine. It's not just the staff and the team members. It's not just the investors. It's your wife. It's your husband, your partner, your kids. Everyone's either sacrificing or investing in you.
100%.
You're not there on your own. No Formula One driver says, I got to be champ because of myself.
Correct. No.
It's the whole team around them that count.
We had the privilege of having Ronn on a very similar couch, actually, in Balaclava last week, judging pitch night. So Ronn was one of 4 judges. And I paid homage to my wife in front of the audience.
You did.
Sim put on a brilliant, I was the MC, but the whole thing was curated by Simone.
And you had 2 wonderful timekeepers as well.
Sort of. They kept ringing the bell at the wrong, we're talking about little rat bags. But phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And so Ronn, now you're sitting on the board of Kogan as a non-executive director. Are you looking to do other things in terms of similar roles with other organizations, obviously non-competitive?
Yeah, so I'm thankfully blessed in the outcome we got from selling the business. So I've really taken the view that I don't want to do anything just to stack up board roles and create an income stream. I want to do things that are really fun, with a good group of people where you can have an impact, right? And so Kogan ticked all 3 boxes. Great management team, terrific board, fantastic business. I've used it before as a customer. And I think based on my background and experience, I can add value to what Russell and David, the board, and the whole Kogan team are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like tick, 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 right? Same with the engineering firm. Small, high, in that high growth ramp up mode now, really exciting period for the business, where my company was 15 years ago, right? When we were just scaling up. So yeah, I'm really open to different things. I don't want to be doing nothing.
Yes.
But I also, you work 7 days a week as an entrepreneur. You're on 24/7. You know, the midnight SMSs, the 2 a.m. Zoom with someone in a different time zone. It's really tough. So I know people that have gone from 1 full-time job to 5 part-time jobs, but it's just as much as the full-time. And really importantly, when you're on a board, you want to have spare time, because sometimes there might be a cap raise, an M&A deal, a crisis that has to be dealt with, and you're not doing 1 board meeting a month. You could be doing 4 board meetings a week.
Yep.
And so if you overboard yourself, you just won't have the time when those periods
Extra
come
things
in
come up,
and they need your focus, right? So I want to do a couple of other things. I want to still be really involved in the community and from a charitable perspective. But most importantly, I don't want it to take away from the family time now.
Yeah. And what's one of the family aspirations that you've got? Are there things you want to do that you haven't?
So this is breaking news, actually. Benji, Ronn's son, and Ronn are going to leave the Melbourne United, and come across to Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix. we actually have a date. You're coming.
Nick Trulson, don't believe a word Toby's got on his saying.
You're coming with me as a guest, right? I'm taking you to a Phoenix clash.
Yeah, on Throwdown.
Yes.
Yes.
You're coming and sit in my seats.
I promised I wouldn't wear the United jersey.
It's all right. I got 2 other guys coming who are going to keep you in line. So if you get a little out of hand, we banter because he's on the opposing team. I'm trying to, Benji had a phenomenal video the other day of you guys winning the game on the buzzer.
Yeah, against Adelaide.
I spoke to Grant after that. Tough conversations to have.
It was, 2 amazingly strong teams. Yeah. It could have been anybody's game. I spoke to Grant a couple of times during the game. We caught up and we're like, we both agreed it could swing either way, but it's not going to swing by much.
Yes.
And so as it was like a 3-point shot with 2.5 seconds to go, bang, right in front of where we're sitting. And it goes in and Melbourne win by 1 point.
Yes. Right? Against Adelaide, who's owned by a friend of Ronn's and mine. I actually spoke to Nick, the CEO of the 36ers yesterday on a separate transaction. I was like, I kind of didn't know where to put myself because I'm not sure I agreed with a couple of the calls down the stretch. But their response was, it was great to be in the mix. It was great that we can, United are undefeated all season until next weekend. Or the 8th of November. But yeah, they were actually relatively positive about the fact that they were able to go there. And then as we film this pod, United are first and Phoenix are second.
Is Phoenix second, is
Phoenix is second.
Oh, so just tipped over Adelaide then.
Yeah, so we lost to Adelaide, which we both at that game, but actually the point differential, I think we have about 50 or 60 more points in the positive to Adelaide, which is why we're in second, even though we've lost to them and they've got less loss. Oh, I think they've played 1 game more than us.
There was a photo circulated after the basketball game, and you can see myself and Johnny and Benji standing on, because we sit courtside, and Benji's standing there with his phone like this, and my other son Johnny and I are like, oh my God, Benji, what are you doing? I just wanted to film it. I want to be in the moment.
It was,
watch it. I wanted to film it, and I'm like, okay, Benji, show me the video. He sends me the video. I'm like, oh my God, this must be like the best video of a Melbourne United game winner for like years.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'll give you a pass on that one.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm scrolling up, Ron. We talk a lot.
What's the age difference between?
Benji's 13 and then Johnny's 21.
Oh, he's gone private.
No, I've got the video. I'll send you the video.
Yeah.
It was on his story.
Oh, the link went private.
Okay. It was on his
That's all
afterwards.
right.
I'll send you the video.
So good.
It was
Yeah,
phenomenal,
amazing.
phenomenal. Like he was right. The I don't know who the player was.
It was Tyson Walker. Sorry, not Tyrese. Tyson
So
Walker.
he was literally here shooting the 3 there, and Benji's like here, front row, uninterrupted, and it was like at court level. It was an amazing video.
But even better angle, because when you're in the moment, he was standing right in front of us.
Yes.
So we watched him with his arm going up and then the ball arcing in. It's like, oh my God.
Yes.
I love that. Sport unites everyone.
Well, we're on
sitting
opposing
here,
teams, but we can go sit with each other and enjoy a game.
And so excited, like the thrill of that.
Certain sports, though. There are certain sports where you may have trouble putting 2 opposing
Maybe.
supporting groups together.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
You know, flares get thrown and riot police get called in. And
Yeah, that's true. But I actually come back to it. It's about the people.
Yeah.
I can't see you throwing flares at the throwdown.
you know, and I can't see myself having 10 beers at a throwdown either.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Mate, thank you for taking the time. I know we're quite tight on time because you've got to jet off to another important engagement. Kate, Ronn,
So lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Huge
Lovely to meet you.
congratulations.
Thanks for this, Toby.
of course, thank you. Guys, we're going to quickly hear from Luna, and Kate and I will be back after the break. We are Luna.co is a great place for you and your business to start off with phenomenal accounting and legal services. So if you're a startup or a scale-up looking for legal and finance support, or alternatively looking to raise capital, we are Luna.co is where you need to be starting off.
I love that he went against his parents' desire to stay in the career that he'd done his uni for. And it's those sorts of stories that warm my heart, because I think the saddest thing is someone sitting in a career that they don't love. Like, you only get one life. It's 30,000 days. Don't waste 10,000 of them.
Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. I tried to pay homage to Sim the other night at pitch night. And I tried to use a basketball analogy, which I'm not sure really resonated or hit the spot to how I really feel. But what I tried to articulate, and I think Ronn has said it perfectly today, is, great offense is created through great defense.
Yes.
And how that relates to both Maxine and Sim for Ronn and myself is that the strength that I get from Sim enables me to be able to be out the front and be the entrepreneur, be the leader. But I do that from the comfort that I know Sim's got my back, and the defense is solid, and the home life is handled, so that I can just focus on doing my thing out front here. And it really struck a chord with me when Ronn turned to Maxine and said, I've only got 2 out of the 7 appointments. And she had enough belief in him to make him get on that plane to go over to Perth to meet those 2 clients. And you've heard from other leaders that have come through our pod say it's all about the people. When it's lonely and dark at night and your eyes are wide awake,
it's your support system.
Man, you can't underestimate that power.
Absolutely.
And you've just seen it with a guy that has had, like you and me, times 100 in success. By comparison, humble, pays homage to his wife.
It's amazing.
Wants to be at home with his kids, spends time with his son going to the basketball.
And wants to give back.
And wants to give back,
and those sorts of things too. And I think in a selfish way, that just makes you feel like you're worth it and that you have purpose too. Because helping other people is the greatest joy and pleasure we get.
Oh my God. That one was full of golden nuggets for me.
Yes.
I'm so grateful that Ronn took the time to come out and spend some time with us. James, Kate, another great episode. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.